I will tell you that I've seen this to be true for 80% of the guys that I coach on why they're still single. Aloha! Hey guys, Miss Singlified here, answering guys' dating questions from a girl's perspective. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you'll know that I just came back from Hawaii. I have a really close friend who lives out there, and she was able to give me a local experience. So stay tuned until the end of this video for my recap of my Hawaiian adventures, including a very shocking encounter with a shark. So let's get to this episode's question, which is another group question. I like those because I can answer multiple questions at the same time. Here's a question. Dear Miss Singlified, why am I still single? I think I'm a great catch. I'm attractive. I have a great background. I have a great family. I have a great personality. But why am I still single? Before I get to those 3 reasons, I just want us to back up for a sec, and I want to reiterate something, which is I have been coaching guys on dating since 2007 and officially opened my business in 2011. I don't like to label myself as a dating coach because I'm not the type of person who gives rules, like strict rules for what you should do. I feel like dating is very different for everyone, so there are no universal rules that apply to everyone. However, what I love to do is observe what other people have gone through. And what is true in dating is that there are consistencies and there are patterns. And I like to share those consistencies and patterns with you guys so we can all learn from them. So what I'm about to share with you guys are what I've observed throughout the years since 2007 for why people are still single. And I'm about to give you these reasons in a specific order, so pay close attention. Possible reason number 3 for why you're still single is because you're not ready to be in a relationship. How are you not ready? It could be 2 things, or it could be a combination of the 2. One factor could be that you're not confident in who you are. And I don't just mean you have to be fully confident, like you think you're hot shit, but it's more like, do you know who you are as a person, and are you confident that you could be a good boyfriend? Some of this could be purely psychological, so it takes a willingness for self-improvement. But some of this could also be a result of your own self-awareness. You know where your weaknesses are. You know what you should be working on. So until you make improvements in those weaknesses, you are not confident enough to be in a relationship. If this is the case, you need to shift your focus from wanting to be in a relationship to being in a relationship with yourself. That sounds so hokey, but being in a relationship with yourself means you have to invest in improving yourself. How can I improve myself to be the person that I want to be? The other factor of you not being ready to be in a relationship could also be timing. Maybe you're going through a really tough time in your life, or it's a transitional period, or it's just a questionable period. Changing jobs, changing careers, changing friends, changing locations. Anything that involves change or impending change affects your stability. If you don't feel stable and grounded, how can you be stable in a relationship? Possible reason number 2 for why you're still single is you're stuck on a certain type. The truth of the matter is you have no type. I've said this in previous videos before. If you had a type, then you'd be married to that type because that type is what ultimately works. But if you're still single, whatever you've dated in the past or been attracted to in the past were types that didn't necessarily work out. Now, I'm not saying you need to rule that type out altogether. What I'm saying is, keep an open mind. Be open to girls that your friends want to introduce you to. Be open to trying out new hobbies so you can meet girls who have different interests than you. And be open to being introduced to new social circles. The more you diversify your social environment, the more you'll be able to hone in on what you like and don't like in a partner. And using the excuse that you're picky is the ultimate cop-out in explaining why you're still single. If you say you're picky, that means that you ultimately have the pick of litter. You can have anybody you want, but it's just because you're so picky, you don't like any of the girls who are throwing themselves at you. Now, unless if you're Brad Pitt, and I would even argue Brad Pitt doesn't have the pick of litter, you should not identify yourself as picky. Instead, you just haven't found the right fit. Number one reason for possibly why you're still single. Can you guess what that may be? I will tell you that I've seen this to be true for 80% of the guys that I coach on why they're still single. You're not over your ex. Dun, dun, dun. And here I use the term ex loosely. You're not over someone who meant a lot to you. This could have been someone you dated for years, for months, for weeks, for hours. It doesn't matter. You're not over your feelings for a girl from the past. Okay, so why is this stopping you from getting a girlfriend? Well, you're constantly comparing girls that you date to this girl. Like she is the holy grail of girlfriends. You're still in contact with this girl, which is something that the new girl that you're dating would not like. And there's a part of you that has an ounce of hope that you guys will eventually end up together. So whoever you're dating now is just keeping you busy until this girl comes back to you. Okay, that's like so unfair to the girls that you date or ask out. And girls can really sense when your attention is dispersed, when your attention is elsewhere, when you're not giving 100%. Oh, but Miss Single-Fied, it's so hard to get over her. She was the love of my life. She was one that got away. She was one that I really, really loved. Okay, I will go into a very detailed video of how to get over an ex. And I do have a few videos of how you can start doing that. But how I can simplify this dilemma is to tell you to see the situation in black and white. Because feelings are very much on a sliding scale, there is no black and white to feelings. But situations, you can choose to see them in a very black and white manner. So, are you guys together? No. Do you want to be in a relationship? Yes. Could you be friends with her without getting hurt? No. Do you need to keep her around as a friend? No. Should you cut off all communication with her? Yes. Should you delete her from all your social media? Yes. Easier said than done, I totally understand. But this is step number one. Listen to my words very carefully because I chose them very carefully. Do not let the idea of a former fling negatively affect your chances of meeting a girl who's better for you. All right, let's recap the 3 possible reasons for why you're still single. You're not ready to be in a relationship, you're stuck on a type, or you're stuck on an ex. All right, guys, you've been Single-Fied. Time to tell you guys about my Hawaiian adventure. I was there for 5 days in Oahu. I've been before, but never really left Waikiki Beach, which is the most touristy beach ever. So I was really lucky that my friend lives in Kailua, and she's like, I'll take you around to do whatever the locals do. So we had amazing food. We went salsa dancing. We went grocery shopping, but she also took me on this amazing hike at Mount Olamana, which is a 3 peaks hike. It was so scary and exhilarating at the same time and super challenging. And I'm like such a scaredy cat when it comes to heights. And there are parts of this hike where you have to pull yourself up by ropes because it's so steep. And the scariest part is going down these slopes to get to the next peak. So of the 3 peaks, I only made it to 2. The third one looked super, super scary. I think I would have pissed my pants if I went. But my friend went with someone else that we met on the hike. A good thing I didn't research this hike before we went on it, because apparently someone had just fallen and died from that hike, going from the 2nd peak to the 3rd peak. So yeah, I feel really lucky that I'm alive. We also went kayaking at Lanikai Beach, and we kayaked to one of the mokes out there. The day we went, the sky was perfectly blue. The water was perfectly turquoise and clear. It was just so stunningly gorgeous. I was in awe. And on my last day there, I wanted to catch the sunrise at Kaiwan Beach. So I took a walk along the beach with my camera in hand at like 5:30 a.m. And suddenly this woman was like, oh, you have to go to the other side because there's a shark. I'm like, what? Holy cow, I've never even seen a shark. So there was this beautiful hammerhead shark that was washed up on shore, and unfortunately it wasn't alive. And what was fascinating was that it had a big chunk taken out of it and had teeth marks around the chunk. So I don't know what bites sharks or eats sharks. Maybe it was due to territorial issues, but whatever bit her killed her. So I'm very grateful for that educational encounter. Anyway, if you're headed out to Oahu anytime soon, I'd be happy to give you some local pointers on what to do and what to see. Oh, and definitely go on Tinder in Hawaii. So many beautiful tanned girls.